I'd like to introduce you to Luigi Bonomi, who used to be a publisher and is now a literary agent, a very fabulous one. He won Literary Agent of the Year by the Bookseller, and he's my brilliant agent. And I'd like to ask him some questions.
That's great, Jess. Thank you.
So the first question I'd like to ask is, as an agent, what type of books are you looking for at the moment?
So I reflect what publishers tell me, and they tell me that what they're after is there's still domestic noir, that's very popular. Crime is still always perennially popular, but it's evolving. And so people want it to be slightly richer stories, not as derivative as the stuff that's been out there, but the genre is still there. There's also uplit, which is everyone is after that, which is feel-good fiction. There's a lot of that, and I think there's what's coming back as well as romance, but not kind of cheesy romance, but big love stories, you know, a bit one day, things like that. That's what people are after at the moment.
Okay, brilliant. Many authors or wannabe authors would like to know why they should have an agent, and also what the relationship should be like between an agent and an author.
So I would say you should have an agent, because an agent is there to protect your interests, to fight for you. They try to get better money for you, better terms, but often where it goes wrong is when something goes wrong with the publishing house, they're there to protect you. They're there to fight your corner, to go back to the publishing house, and if you want to move on and evolve your career, they're there as a sounding board. And bear in mind that most agents do nothing but talk to publishers every day, so they're hearing what people are wanting, where they're coming from, what they're after, and they reflect that back to fight for you. There should be a great sounding board for the author, to work with the author and work well. And it should be a mutually respectful relationship. It's a professional relationship. It's about, you know, the author delivers their work, the agent gets back, and so it moves on. That's how it's positive, like that.
But you have some clients that are more involved and less involved.
More involved
in the process of
that need more work.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, there are clients who have less self-confidence or need help at different times in their career. There are some authors who maybe I talk to once a year who just want me to fight the contract.
Right.
And there are authors I know who say, look, I don't want you involved in the novel. I don't really need your opinion on my novel. I know what I'm writing. I just want you to sort out the contract.
Right, right.
You know? Or if things go wrong with the publishing, that they haven't got the right jacket or they haven't got the right promotion, I want you to fight there.
Right.
There are others who say, I need help with the plot, I need help with the characterization. So there are different things from different authors.
Right. Well, as an author, I would say definitely listen to your agent because they have great insight into the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to take all the advice on board.
You don't.
But, you know, you should definitely listen and be open-minded.
I think you should listen and be open-minded and process it. And sometimes if your gut instinct is, do you know I'm right, I want to do this, then stick to your guns.
Exactly. You've got to follow your guts.
You've got to follow your instinct. You're the author. The agent isn't the author. You're the author.
It's your work, yes.
But sometimes, you know, when the book then doesn't sell, and authors get upset about that, maybe they look back and think maybe the agent may have had a point at the beginning.
Yes. True. Right, so let's talk about the Montegrappa First Fiction Prize, which I was happy to receive in 2016 and was a deal breaker for me. There have been 8 winners. Why do you think it's been so successful?
I think because the people here really focus and they concentrate. It's been a great festival, it's a great environment, you know. Just a lot of good writers here. I don't know why they happen to be here, but there's a kind of community that's mutually supportive. I think you would know better than me.
That's true, and I think also maybe perhaps people have travelled and experienced life, possibly.
I think that's right.
I
think that's absolutely right. The people who are often here have come from different parts of the world. They have different life experiences, and they've seen a lot in the world.
Yes.
You know, and they use that in their writing.
Exactly.
And I think that gives them a greater sense of depth of character than perhaps other people have done. But I think it's a very mutually supportive environment as well. I think a lot of the authors here support each other, encourage each other, and I think that's been that's very empowering to have that.
Cool. You obviously have lots of experience. Have you got
35 years.
Oh, excellent. Have you got a favorite moment as a literary agent that you can recall?
There are lots of moments. Every time, do you know what? I was walking down the street towards my office the other January, and I bumped into a friend of mine who's another literary agent for another company. And I said, oh, I'm so fed up. This is me. I'm so fed up. This industry's driving me mad. You know, these publishers, blah, blah. I just sometimes wonder, I shouldn't say it on the screen. I sometimes wonder, you know, that's it. I'm going to go off to Italy. And he said, but Luigi, isn't it the case that every one of us feels like that until the next deal?
Exactly.
Until we find the next book. And I thought, he may have a point. He may have a point. And I think sometimes, you know, that's how it works.
Right.
You know, this industry is a big fight, but you get such a kick when you find that next manuscript, when you read that next novel that is so exciting.
Yeah.
Your heart beats so fast, you get so excited. It's what you're there for, isn't it?
Excellent. That sounds excellent. I also like to give some advice to aspiring writers. How would you like to see them submit a proposal to an agent?
I think they should submit the first 3 chapters. They don't need to submit the whole novel. The first 3 chapters, it should be double spaced. Often a good tip is clear, so Times New Roman, 14-point double spaced. That's a good tip. With a covering letter, simple letter that says what the plot is, what the story is, and then a synopsis, maybe 2-page synopsis setting out what the story is about.
How important is it to tell the agent about yourself?
I think it's quite important to know if you've got a background in writing, that's really important, but they want to know a little bit about yourself. The one advice I'd give you is if you are writing a crime novel, and you're submitting your crime novel, don't say, and by the way, if you don't like this, I've written a science fiction novel, a children's novel, a horror novel, a western, you know, and I can send you any one of them, because that makes me think they're not focused.
Right.
They should focus just on the one.
Yeah.
Then if it gets rejected, by all means resubmit another one, a month later, 2 months later. Agents do keep databases, but we have hundreds and hundreds of submissions. So we don't think, has this come to us before? You know, we just start again. The slate is clean. So just focus on what you've done.
Good advice.
Jess, hold on to that dream. You're very talented. I remember when I first read this, how excited I was, the atmosphere, the tension, the drama here. You're very talented. You're very good. Hold on to it. Follow it through, you'll get there.
Thank you so much, Luigi, for coming. And
pleasure.
I hope you have safe travels back.
Thank
and I hope
you.
you've had a good festival.
Really good.
And I'd like to say to everybody else that anything is possible. It always seems impossible until it is done. See you soon.